Welcome everyone. Very excited to share this video with you guys. And if you look behind me, this is a recording of what happens when I woke up in the morning. I have only 16 gold, but magically look at that. There is a lot of gold sale by trading. So let me show you what happens after. So I reached about 95 gold, 95,000 gold. Yeah. Okay, here I reached to 100,000 gold. And the next day I traded all my gold away with 100,000 gold. So similar things is going to happen. I'm going to loot it back by trading and just by looting the gold back. And last night, what I realized is after selling a majority of my items, I actually reached 140,000 gold. And this is what I want to share with you guys. So very excited to share this, and I wrote a lot of notes, and this is how you can make about 10,000 gold in 20 minutes because you just need about 20 minutes trading and this works. And of course, this will require you to have some gold. So in this video, we'll first talk about how does this method work and what I do with it. And then we talk about briefly how to make more gold, listing all the ways to get more gold. After that, the logic behind the method, how does it work? What items do I buy and what price do I buy and how does it work? So if you have a server that is on different pricing, you can use the similar logic. Just insert the numbers in and you understand what's happening. And how do I calculate my pricing? I'll show you everything to you guys. I'll have a live clip of how I buy things and how I sell things, and how much of one item should you buy, how much of one item should you trade, and what item should you trade. What are the important factors when you're trading like this? What about the fees? What about the exchange? How do you list your prices? So this is going to be a dedicated video focused on teaching you how to trade in the market. Notice in the game right now, my gold is going down again because I'm making more investment. And this is actually worth about 100,000 gold on this character and also on my alt character. I'm actually running out of listing space for the items. Now, similar to all of our videos, if you want to download the notes for this one, it will be in the link available for the Google Docs. I also insert a lot of guides, a lot of relative links for you guys if you want to have a look at things. So how does it start is, I make about at least 10,000 gold trading in this method, and this takes me about 20 minutes. So I have tested this 2 days in a row, as you saw in the replay over there. So 2 days in a row, I have tested this. I spent my gold down to almost 0 gold, but I was able to get it back. And after testing this for 2 days, this is an insane method, right? So I want to share with you guys as quickly as you can so you can make the additional gold. Now, as a brief summary of what I'm doing, I'm calling this method a short daily trading method. So I'm buying and also selling after each day's reset. And then I'll try to sell those items for 20 or 25% more price. So let's say if item sells for 20 gold and I'll buy this one for 20 gold, I'll try to sell this one for 27 or 28 gold. And this is a summary. Now, because you can see in the video, I'm using a large sum of gold to trade, my profit margin is much lower. If you have less gold, or if you have around 10,000 or even less gold, you can consider having a higher profit margin, which will give you more income. But the exchange is, it might take 1 or 2 days instead of doing this daily. So after testing my method, I realized my turnover rate of my gold comes back in about 1 to 2 days, and I can repeat this multiple times. And I have repeated this multiple times, and that's how I got so much gold. Now, before we dive into the process of how does this method work step by step, I just want to briefly touch up on how to get more gold. What if you say, hey, I don't even have 10,000 gold, I don't even have 5,000 gold. So here are the list of resources of collected guides we have talked about, including getting gold from Rapport, getting gold from selling class engraving books, also getting gold from daily farms. So here are the resources that is available for you to make more gold, whether it's one time with Rapport, or maybe it's multiple times with daily farming routes. So make sure you check out those guides to get more gold each day. So how this happened and what I realized is, as I was making guides for farming tier 2 and tier 3 materials, I realized a trend and also a pattern. So after each daily reset, the prices are much cheaper. I mean, obviously, right? Because people will farm the Chaos Dungeon, farm the Chaos Gate, and also the maps to get items. And then they will list it on the market for the lowest price. And they will actually start to beat each other. So the price will go down at this moment because there's a lot of supply. But after 5 or 10 hours, the price quickly rises up because no one sells those items anymore. And people start to buy a lot of them. So the items such as gear, homing materials for tier 2, tier 1, tier 3 is always on demand. Especially tier 2 and also tier 3. And what I tend to do is I aim to buy 5 or 10% below the average price. And over here you can see a little notepad of me checking the price I buy and what sold and what didn't sell. I'll talk to you guys more about this. And finally, this logic, the best way about this is I'll be buying the upgrade materials for my current tier. If I'm tier 2, I'll buy the tier 2 materials. If I'm tier 3, I'll buy the tier 3 materials. So firstly, if it doesn't sell, because I bought it below average price, I can always sell it lower to get my gold back. And if I want to keep it, I can use those materials because my character can use those items for tier 3. So if you're currently tier 2 right now, you can consider using similar method for tier 2 materials. But make sure you observe the market for 1 to 2 days, and also there may be changes before the weekly reset. So 1 day before weekly reset and also 1 day after weekly reset, things will change. This particular method will work other 5 days of the week. So the days between the weekly reset, things will change a little bit. I do think this also helps us, but you can even make more gold during the weekly reset. Now, if you're coming over to my game, you can see that currently I have a bunch of transactions. I purposely list those a little higher just to test the market to see if I can get away with selling for 50% profit, or maybe 30% profit, or 40%. So those prices are listed higher, and that's why they haven't been selling. So over here, you can also see that I have been recording the prices when I buy things and what sold at what percentage and what didn't sell. So around today, when I started the day, those are the prices when I bought those items, and they're definitely below the market. So just let me show you guys a little bit. So for example, I bought the Star Spread at 25 gold, and also I bought the Solar Grace. Oh, this is actually really cheap. Oh my gosh, let's buy 12 of them just as a recording. So I bought the Solar Grace usually at 105 gold, and also I have been buying the Solar Blessing about 370 gold. So those are the prices I bought those items. Now, what I want to share with you guys is those are the items I'm currently trading, and my current server is Velton. So if you guys have Velton, those rates currently works for us. But if you're on a different server, make sure you do what I do, observe the prices for 1 day, list them out, and the next day you'll know what to do. And also here are some of my color indicators. So the best selling items are in the green color. The 2 items I haven't really sold is going to be the radar materials. I'm waiting for the weekly reset to sell them for 50% profit. And the red items are the items that didn't really make 20% profit, so I don't recommend selling those. That is the tier 3 lipstones and also the tier 3 solar protection. I bought them for 360 gold and also 850 gold. And after hours, it's not hitting the margin I was hoping for. I was hoping to hit 429, and this is only about 400. And similarly, the solar protection, I bought it for 850. It's not hitting my margin for 1050 gold. Now, in order to give you guys a better understanding of how to trade and how to make gold and how you can do this on your own server, so I want to give you guys a live replay of demonstration. So this is about 2 days ago after the server reset. Notice currently the average price for Destruction Stone on my server was 159 gold, and also I have been trading Guardian Stone and also Destruction Stone. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at the prices and also refreshing the prices, because this is right about 40 minutes after reset. So server reset at 2 AM. So what I'm doing is I'm refreshing the prices. I have a price I want to hit. I want to go about, 162 for the red stones, and I want to go about 82 gold for the guardian stones. If they hit this price, I will buy them. And this will take about 20 minutes of me buying, because whenever they get to the price I wanted, I will be buying them. So, you have a target price in mind. And here on this day, I spent about 15-20 minutes doing this. So anytime the redstone hit for, 162 gold, or anytime the guardian stone hit for 82 gold, I will be buying them. And basically I did this a lot. So for the past, 20 minutes I did this. And this is how I made the gold for the first time when I tested this idea. And if you look at this replay of mine, you can see my gold slowly going down. I started with about 80,000 gold, and I slowly going down. Notice I have been only buying 2 items for that time, because that day I just wanted to test 2 items. And before the day ends, I keep myself about 10,000 gold, because I will need gold for listing, right? So I'll just show you guys what I do with listing items too. This is very important. We have notes on this as well. Remember how I bought those particular stones for 82 gold? So now I'll do a quick calculation and I aim for 20% profit margin. And I'll be listing those items for 98 gold. And I'll be selling all of them. Notice just by selling the guardian stones I bought, this will give me back 50,000 gold. And I'll be doing the similar thing for the red stones. So the redstones, I bought them for 162 gold. I want to make 20% profit margin, and this was 197 gold. You know the funny thing with selling the redstones, they were sold within half hour actually. I was so amazed. So within half hour, the market changed dramatically, and I didn't get the recording, but I realized they were actually sold super fast. So over here, I listed for 197 gold, and this actually sells for 40,000 gold. So this item in particular sells really fast. We'll talk about this more as well, because that night when I woke up the next day, this actually went to 255 gold. So there is a massive potential in those redstones for a massive price fluctuation. So when you buy them low at the discount in the market reset, you can sell them for at least 20 or 30% profit. And this happens each day. Now coming over here for some additional notes of how to price your items, because I think it's really important. Most of us can understand how to buy items. So my example of buying items is, it's after the server reset and you look at a little bit of the daily average, you want to buy below the daily average if you can. So the daily reset from yesterday was 92 gold, but I know the Guardian Stone can fall down as low as 85 or 83 gold. So no one will be buying at 95 gold to trade, right? So how you want to list your items after buying them is, let's say if I bought my Destruction Shard, so the redstones, for 170 gold per 10 stack. This is the price in my server. It's pretty high. And after that, to have a 20% profit margin, I will multiply this number, 170, by 1.2. I usually use my phone as a calculator over here. Now, if you are short on gold, or if you don't have much gold to trade, you can even consider multiplying by 1.3, which will equal to 30% profit. Now, keep in mind, you are paying 5% profit in fees. So when I make 20% profit, I'm actually making 15% profit. So what I do was I get my price, how much I bought it, because I have a rough estimate of how much I paid for each item on that day. So the red shard was 170. I'll multiply this by 1.2, and this gives me about 204 gold to list those on the marketplace. And this is what I did. And on that day it was 162 gold, right? So times this by 1.2, it's about 197 gold. Now there is one thing I want to share with you guys as you list the prices. Because you want to list on a known common price, you want to avoid something I call a resistance point with pricing. Because the marketplace is actually very nice. It will show you how many people are listing at what price. I'll pick up good interval. I'll find a good interval to show you guys. So I'm finding an item that have a good interval. Okay, this is a good interval. So people are selling honor lipstones at 400 gold. There's 2,900 of those items. They're selling this so much at this level. You do not want to list your item at 400. If you list your item at 399, only 300 people are selling this, or 300 items. If you list it at 398, only 61 people or 61 items will compete with you. So do not list at a resistance level like 400, because you'll be stuck with 3,000 other dudes. So over here you can see the example of those kind of resistance levels, 20 gold, 25, 200. People put flat numbers which are holistic. I'm recommending, if I would see the resistance at 20 gold and I want to sell about 19 gold, if I want to sell around 25 gold, I'll just go 24 gold. Similarly, for 200 gold, I'll just go 198 gold. So I'd rather take a little less profit, but I don't want to caught up with too many people selling at my price level, because, I want to sell my item fast and do this again the next day. And over here, as you do this more often, what you realize is some items like the red shard, the destruction shard I was talking about, I bought them at about 160, 162 gold. The next day they went up to 255 gold. So you can easily make, over 50% profit just doing this. So, sometimes once you observe this, you can willing to go for more gold. And this is why over here, I haven't listed any of my destruction stones. I actually kept about, 300 of those. I will be listing those when the price goes up in order to make more profit. Now, the next thing to talk about is how much should you buy and what item should you trade. For me personally, I used to trade about 50% of my gold. So I always trade about 50% of gold. And I use the rest of gold because I want to push from tier 1 to tier 2, or I want to go from tier 2 to tier 3, because I know I'll earn additional gold daily just by doing the dailies. And if you don't know about this, make sure you come over to those videos, because it's about 2,000 gold at tier 1, 5,000 at tier 2, and 8,000 gold at tier 3 each day when you do those things. But if you guys remember in my video, I start to spend all my gold because there's no longer a rush once I get to 1340. So 90% of my gold is used to buy items, but I keep 10% of my gold because it costs gold to list items. Never go below 10% because you need those deposit, guys. If you don't have deposit, you can't sell anything. Now, as to which item should you trade, I do recommend my list of items. So if you're tier 2, pick similar items which are tier 2. But if you're tier 3, those are the items I've traded. Those 4 green ones are some of the best ones that sells really fast. Now, I do also recommend if you're on different servers, do take 1 to 2 days to observe the market. Do what I do, just do a listing, and after the server reset, just list down the prices people sell for, and the next day in the morning, just list the prices. So do this for like 1 to 2 days to understand how much it sells. And then using the purchase method and also the listing method to aim for about 15 to 30% profit. Now, once you get the hang of this should take you about 10 to 20 minutes to buy things after the daily reset. And once you list items, you can go to sleep, you can do work, or you can go away. And after you come back in 10 to 20 hours, those items should be sold. Now, on the off chance that you don't get to sell those items, we'll talk about that as well. So over here, we have some of the factors to consider when you're trading in this method. The first thing is your 5% fee will be much higher if you trade item under 20 gold because it's a flat 1 gold fee. And it is important to understand the profit margin in terms of percentage. So if an item sells for 20 gold and if I can sell it for 26 gold, that is already 20 or 30% profit. I'm deducting the fees. The fees is actually 2 gold, so it goes from 30% profit to 20% profit. So notice this is the the money I get back because I buy them at 20 gold, I will be selling this at 26 gold, but I'll lose 2 gold in terms of fees. So it's not 30% profit. But if you buy an item that is more expensive, you will need them to sell for higher. So to sell an item that is 300 gold, you have to sell for 360 gold for at least 20% profit. So notice that this is one of the reasons why people are buying items that is having a lower margin. So for example, here Star Spread is at 28 gold. So if this goes up by 3 gold, you make 10% profit. But for something like the items over here, like Honor Lipstone, if it sells for 400 gold, it has to sell for 480 gold for 20% profit. I think I just got something. Oh, did I sell something? Oh, it's just a necklace. I'll make a guide video about this as well. So it's those necklaces and things you can sell, and they actually make pretty good gold. So I'll show you guys the teaser over here. So sell history, look at this one. I sold this one for 5,000 gold. So next video, we'll talk about this as well. So it is very important to use percentages when you calculate the profit of your items and always multiply on the base amount you purchased. So let's say if I bought an item for 106 gold, to make 20% profit, I'll do times 1.2. To make 30% profit, I'll do times 1.3. So this is what you do. If you want to make 50% profit, you do times 1.5. So now it is important, this fast daily trading method really should aim to get all your gold back in the next day. If you don't get your gold next day, there's 2 reasons why this happens. So either that the item you picked is not a great product and people don't use it and also don't buy it often, or you bought the item at a too high a price. So the 2 examples I have over here is going to be my Leapstones and also Solar Protection. So if you come over to my game right now, I have made some investment that I didn't profit. So notice this is about 136 of the Honor Lipstone. I bought them for about 360 gold and they're not selling at 430 gold. So, and also for Solar Protection, I bought them about 850 gold. They're not selling over here. So those items are not great because they're not selling. I want to make the profit, sell it and do it again, right? So there will be items that you discover that either they're not popular or you bought them at a too high price. So you can avoid those items for the daily trade. Now finally, it is very important for you guys to be careful when you trade your gold. I have made a video about me typing a mistake. So I was listing an item for 69 gold and 5 of those items, but I listed for 5 gold and 69 of those items, and I lost 5,000 gold or 4,000 gold this way. But just happens yesterday, I bought someone's mistake. Someone listed item for much lower and I bought it, and instantly I realized I made about 5,000 gold for buying this. So that was a little fortune of me, right? So sometimes you lose some, sometimes you get some. But it is very important, guys, when you input the values for trading, make sure you double check it. Make sure you don't rush it. Make sure you input the values correctly for the amount of gold you want to put in. Do not miss a 1 or do not miss a 0 because you lose so much gold. Imagine if I missed a 7, I'll sell this for 4,000 gold instead of 42,000 gold. And finally, because we know a weekly reset is coming very soon, so by the time I post this video, we have 1 to 2 more days for the weekly reset. So once the weekly reset comes, I'll be testing more theories, and this video is focused on daily trading. So the weekly reset likely will give me maybe 30 or 50% profit. So more videos will be covering that. But keep in mind, the weekly reset will affect how you trade daily. So the 2 days of weekly reset, things will change, but should be good, should be very exciting. And also for myself as a personal goal, because I really like to make gold and also farm currencies in the game, my goal is to, as I go with trading, I'm aiming for 200,000 gold now, then 500,000 gold, and hopefully 1 million gold as free to play. So my friends like, why do you need so much gold? I was like, I just like them. So I'll be making more gold guides, more gold videos to show you guys. And as I go through this, as I go through more ideas and also more tips, I'll share those with you guys, and I'll make sure those are step by step that you can follow on different servers. Even if the price is different, you can use the similar method. And just to show you guys how I spent my 140,000 gold very quickly yesterday. So I traded items, I keep buying them, I keep selling them. Notice that it went from 140,000 to 50,000. But sometimes when you buy items, they actually don't purchase correctly. So you can claim some of the gold back from your mail, and you do this again. So before I know it, I think I spent about 100,000 gold in about 10 minutes. So this is what I meant by you can make so much gold in about 10 to 20 minutes each day if you know what you're doing. And also, make sure you avoid the items I discovered that doesn't sell that well. So the item currently that doesn't sell that well is going to be the Leapstones and also Solar Protection for tier 3. Now, if you guys haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, make sure you do so, because we'll be getting a lot of guides, a lot of tips as I discover them, and I love the game. So I want to share as much as I can with you guys, and let's have a great time in Lost Ark as we explore this game and get the most out of it.